This hankering is due to an interaction of the three modes of nature, and neither the Lord nor the devotees have attachment for such false enjoyment. Therefore, the Lord and the devotees are called Nivritta Gunavritti. The perfect Nivritta Gunavritti is the Supreme Lord because he never becomes attracted by the modes of material nature, whereas the living beings have such a tendency. Some of them are entrapped by the illusory attraction of material nature. Because the Lord is the property of the devotees, and the devotees are the property of the Lord reciprocally, the devotees are certainly transcendental to the modes of material nature. That is a natural conclusion. Such unalloyed devotees are distinct from the mixed devotees who approach the Lord for mitigation of miseries and poverty or because of inquisitiveness and speculation. The unalloyed devotees and the Lord are transcendently attached to one another. For others, the Lord has nothing to reciprocate, and therefore he is called Atmarama, self-satisfied. Self-satisfied as he is the master of all monists who seek to merge into the existence of the Lord. Such monists merge within the personal effulgence of the Lord, called the Brahma Jyoti, but the devotees enter into the transcendental pastimes of the Lord, which are never to be misunderstood as material.
Hari Om Tat Sat. Oh my God. Mukam karo devachalam pangulangai tegirim yatkar mahamunde Sri Gurum Dena Tarinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Meshwaram. Hari Om Tat Sat. Namah Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Jaya Pataka Swami Yete Namine Namacharya Padaya Nitaya Kripa Pradayine Gaurakata Damadaya Nagara Grama Tarine Namah Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadhe Paschatya Desatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Yadavaya Namare Gopal Govinda Ram Sri Madhusudanam Mukam Karo Divachalam Pangulangai Tegirim Yatripata Mahamunde Sri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Meshwaram. So this is a very beautiful verse with a very long purport. Here, very, very wonderfully narrated Namo Akinchana Vithaya. Namo Akinchana Vithaya means Krishna, he is totally disposed to his devotees. He is Bhaktya Mama Vijanati. So one who is performing devotional service, to him, Krishna is very easily obtained without any difficulty. That is called Namo Akinchana Vittaya. So to such a Lord, I am offering my obeisances. Now, devotional service means Krishna has given us 5 material senses, 5 knowledge acquiring, 5 working senses and 5 knowledge acquiring senses. Every sense should be 100% utilized only to serve Krishna. This is called pure devotional service. Then such a person can be called Akinchana. So, because he does not have anything material. Why he does not have anything material? Because his working senses and his knowledge acquiring senses are used to only in the service of Krishna. And Krishna is transcendental. Anything in coming with Krishna is also transcendental. That is called absolute. Absolute truth means that anything 1 minus 1 equal to 1 only in the absolute realm. Okay, 1 plus 1 is also 1 only. It is not 2 because Krishna is 1 without the second. So we need to understand. Nama Akinchana Vitta means materially impoverished. This is the first qualification of a devotee. So he doesn't possess anything of this material world. That means what? Even his senses of knowledge acquiring and working senses is engaged in the service of Krishna. You have eyes that can see and that can perceive. You use the eyes to see Srimad Bhagavatam, devotees, Krishna, temple, holy Dhamma, so many things are there. Everything that is transcendental. Use the eyes only for that purpose. Read Srimad Bhagavatam. So like that, like that every sense should be not just, okay, I am using my sense somehow or the other in Krishna consciousness. Not 24 hours, both day and night. Why? When your sense always hankering for a superior enjoyment, your sense always hankering for a higher pleasure, why not give it? Why are you doing confused? Give it. Give Krishna to all the senses to the full extent. Krishna will never be finished. And the senses will be endless, both 24 hours, both day and night. So this is called Akinchana. That is the qualification of devotee. Akinchana means one who has lost everything of material possession because he has so much spiritual possession in all his senses that his senses cannot perceive anything material anymore. So, rather than thinking that I want to become happy materially in this way, so long you have to accept a body. And the nature is so kind that in whichever way you want to enjoy it in material world, she will give you a suitable body under the direction of the Supreme Lord. Because Lord is already there in everybody's heart. And he knows everything. That you still want something material. Any tinge of material attachment in your heart, you think that I can perform my devotion service so nicely if I have so much money. So when you are materializing things, then it is not pure actually. It is not pure. Because you know that devotional service is not conditioned. Especially it is not conditioned under material condition that if I have money, I can serve. No, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam. You don't need to have any money. Krishna never asked money in any of his slokas. He has never asked the richest, please give your money. Not at all. Lakshmi is giving money to the richest and Krishna is not even inclined to see Lakshmi. He is not very he doesn't need her service. She is doing it out of her own accord. That is Krishna. But Krishna is searching after his devotees and going and taking shelter of it. Akinchana Vittaya. He's taking shelter of his devotees always, who have completely surrendered unto Krishna, who is not depending on anything for performing devotional service. That is Atma Rama. So the devotees are also called Atma Rama. They are not depending on anything material or spiritual to serve Lord Krishna. And Krishna is already Atma Rama. But if the devotee thinks that, okay, I want something material, Krishna knows is that Hrideshe Arjuna Tishtati in the form of Paramatma in everybody's heart. He is there. And then he will say, okay, so be it. No problem. You can use it. You take it. Because Krishna wants that you get full experience, that by material gain, you will never be happy. Otherwise, you will still thinking of matter. That is Krishna's business. This is called full freedom. Although we have got minute quantity of freedom, because we are part and parcel of Krishna. We are part and parcel of Krishna. Mamivamse Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. And Krishna, he has got full freedom. And the quality is there of freedom in me also, because I am part and parcel of him, Krishna. Like the chemical composition. The drop of sea water has got salts also. But it is not comparable to the quantity of the salt containing in the sea water, total in the sea. The salt chemical is there in the drop of water as well as in the ocean. So that's our understanding. Whatever we have got in minute quantity, the same thing in fullness is there in Krishna. And whatever we have got in our minute quantity, we will use it to serve Krishna. And whatever Krishna has, what is he doing? He is doing it to serve the devotees. And whatever minute we got, we want to serve Krishna with the minute. In that also, if you are doing kamjo, something like yesterday Shantha said, there was a very poor lady who is carrying some wood logs, which is collected from the railway track. And few foreign devotees are telling, wow, what a renunciation. Nothing she possesses. And she simply had to carry. The Prabhupada said, no, you go and take one small piece of the wood log, the burnt wood log from her. She'll fight for it like anything. The possessive mentality is that. So, like that, we should not have that. We should not have such possessive mentality, but we should free 100% serve Krishna, give all the senses, engage all the senses in the service of Krishna. Otherwise, in material attachment, as long as it is there, Krishna will come every time. He will come in the form of Mrityu Sarva Haraschaham. So, if we are taking any propensity to take others' thing by stealing, where from that comes? That also comes from Krishna. He's a butter thief. That's the beginning. The stealing beginning, steals beginning from butter of Krishna. So Krishna was a butter thief. So is there how I can get? But Krishna stealing and my stealing is different. Because I am materially contaminated, my stealing is abominable. But when stealing of absolute truth Krishna in the spiritual absolute platform, it is enjoyable and worshipable. Why? Because he is the proprietor of everything. He is stealing his own butter. It's like you are stealing your money from your right hand side packet and keep it in the left hand side packet. What difference it makes for you? It's your money anyway. In this way, Krishna stealing butter, he is stealing his own property. It's a leela for him to steal. Okay. So he will leave the butter with some devotee and he will come to the devotee and he will steal it away. So this is leela. Because that is a enjoyable. Mother Yashoda enjoying the activities of stealing by Krishna. Anyway, that is different. It's totally spiritual. Any activity is spiritual, that is all good. And any activity material, that is all bad. That's all. So that's the difference. Kinchana and akinchana. So that is the Srila Prabhupada is establishing here that great salvers like big leaders and ministers like Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami, they were so rich and so powerful, and they are influencing the public and the government, everything. They were so powerful. They gave up their worldly pomp and then prosperity for the sake of the service of the Lord. Just see. So how high is the service of the Lord? You can understand that. Devotional service is the greatest thing one hanker for even in Vaikuntha. How to speak of this material world. And it is unconditional. It is not that, okay, once I am settled, then I will start my devotional service. No, Kaumaram Acharayat Prajno. You will never be settled here in the material world anyway. Even Brahma has not settled yet. He is the longest duration of life he has got. He is very anxious. He is very unsteady. So what to speak of you and me who has a very little bit of lifespan? How can we settle here? So settling oneself into the devotional service is real settlement. Engaging senses in the devotional service is the settlement. Settle every sense in the devotional service and use the senses without any conjuicy 100% in the devotional service. Use 100%, not only 100%, use also all the time. Sada, Kirtaniya Sada. Always 24 hours, both day and night, your senses are under your disposition and you are free to use it for Krishna and yield all the pleasure of the possible quantity that you want to yield. So you have the free will also, and you have been given a spiritual master, bona fide guide, ISKCON is there. Everything is there. Kaliyuga Dharma has been taught, Mahamantra is taught, Srimad Bhagavatam is given. What is not there? You know how to create, manifest prasadam from the material ingredients, and you can eat prasadam. What is not there? The devotional service unlimitedly available. All that you need to do is just engage your senses in these services. Is it very difficult? That's why Prabhupada is asking, what is the difficulty? Big ministers has left their pomp life and then they came to serve Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But the material prosperity is not the real prosperity of a devotee. They just pick it off and come. Guru Maharaj was a multi-millionaire from a very successful paint company. He just came off to the serve Srila Prabhupada. In order to serve Lord Chaitanya, he came to Srila Prabhupada. Just see, this is the greatness of Lord. Why you want to think of Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami and Raghunath Das Goswami? You have a live example right in front of you. Such a millionaire. He didn't bring all his wealth here. Okay, I will bring my house wealth in service of Krishna. No, he came to serve Krishna. He came to serve Lord Chaitanya. He came to Srila Prabhupada to serve Lord Chaitanya. That's all. He just walked off. You must understand the value of service. They know, because the richest knows the value of money. Similarly, the devotee knows the value of service. And one who is both rich and devotional service devotee, he knows the value of devotional service is superior to the richest. So they leave the riches and come, like Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami, Guru Maharaj. All of them have done this. All of them have done this. Sanatana Goswami, actually there was a Brahmana who was very poor and he doesn't care. But he is the worshipper of Lord Shiva. He has never asked for. There are so many worshippers of Lord Shiva, but one who is understanding the position of Lord Shiva and worshipping him and ask for nothing material is a real devotee, because he will be given Krishna by Lord Shiva. So this Brahmana is always worshipping Lord Shiva, but the situation has come to that to worst extent that not only he has no money, he has no food, and his family, his wife and kid, they're going to die out of starvation. Then he thought, I will be responsible for killing this Brahmana. This is a very big sin. I cannot tolerate the reaction. So he had no other option than going to Lord Shiva and ask, my dear Lord Shiva, actually, I never want to ask for anything material, for I know that this Dukkalaya Shashvatam. But then I don't want to be the cause of somebody's death who came only believing me. My wife and my children are hungry and they are going to die. I don't mind dying myself out of starvation for all the sinful activities I would have committed in the previous life. But I don't want to be the killer of others. So please provide some money so that they can survive. So for the first and last time, because he does not want him to die because of he being the reason, he has asked Lord Shiva. Otherwise, he was not requiring any money or anything. Such a wonderful devotee. But he was worshipping Lord Shiva. So Lord Shiva was very pleased. And he appeared immediately. My dear devotee, don't worry. You go to the bank of Yamuna in Vrindavana. There is one person called Sanatan Gosai. So you will find him under the tree in the Dasashwamedha Ghat, sitting and talking of Bhagavatam. You go and ask him, so he can give you the wealth that you are in need of. So this Brahmana took the word and walked all the way to Vrindavan at the bank of the Yamuna. He went to the Dasashwamedha Ghat. And in the Dasashwamedha Ghat, sorry, not Dasashwamedha Ghat, that is in Goya. This is Dwadasavitya Ghat. So Dwadasavitya. Dwadasavitya means Dwa means 2, Das means 10. Dwadasa means 12. Aditya means sun. all 12 sun god came there in that particular place and gave all the heat onto Krishna's body when Krishna jumped into the Yamuna to fight Kalia, and then he came out. That time it was winter and the water was so chilled. So immediately they took opportunity to serve Krishna because Krishna coming out from so chilled water of Yamuna. So all the 12 Adityas came together and gave all the heat unto Krishna in order to give him some warmth. So Krishna felt a little warm at the time. Here we have only one Aditya at a time. 12 months, we have 12 Adityas. Each one takes one month. The sun god who runs the chariot and gives us the heats of all the universes, all the planetary system. The heating up is their job. So the 12 Adityas simultaneously, the one sun, you all know that how much you can tolerate and how much it is heating. So think about 12 sun together come and put all their efforts on Krishna to give him a little warmth. So that is the beauty of Leela. So the place where it happened in Vrindavana at the bank of Yamuna is called Dwadasa Aditya Ghat. That is where Sanatan Goswami's Bhajan Kutir, Samadhi Mandir, everything is situated. So Sanatan Goswami was sitting there. And this Brahmana went there and offered humble obeisances unto Sanatan Gosai. Sanatan Gosai was giving a discourse on Srimad Bhagavatam to few devotees who were sitting the Vrajavasis there. And then as soon as Brahmana came and fell at his feet, Sanatan Goswami attentively looked at him. Yes, my dear Brahmana, what is that you want? So he said, I want very rich. I want money. So what to do? He said, that's all. You see, there is a pile of dust where we throw our dustbin. All the dusts are there. There I just put a touchstone. You go and take it. And then he continued discoursing Srimad Bhagavatam. This Brahmana surprisingly looked at that pile of dust, which is the dustbin commonly collected in one place. He went and searched there and he found a touchstone. A touchstone is a stone which when touched with iron, the iron immediately become a pure gold original. So that is the power of the touchstone. So he took the touchstone and he tested the touchstone with some iron piece there and it became gold and he became very happy and joyful. This Brahmana came jumping and he said, thank you very much, Sanatan Goswami. And he was just about to leave. Then he struck his mind. He's a Brahmana, he's an intelligent person. So it struck such a touchstone which can make all the iron gold. And which can, if anyone possesses this, he'll be the richest person all the time. And this has been thrown as a dust in the pile of dust by this Sanatan Gosai. Why did he throw this? Huh? What is that he has more valuable than this touchstone? So he came back to Sanatan Gosai. My dear sir, I'm sorry to disturb you again. As you said, I found the touchstone in the pile of dust. But may I know the reason? Why did you throw this into the pile of dust? And you are sitting very happily here. Do you have something more valuable than the touchstone? Sanatan Goswami said, oh yes, I have. If you want, I can give it to you. This Brahmana becomes so happy. You're so liberal. You're simply giving anything valuable. Yes, I want it. Okay, then you throw this in the dustbin. Throw it in the Yamuna cup. I will give you more valuable touchstone. So this person went and thrown the touchstone into Yamuna and came back. Then Sanatan Goswami gave him the supreme touchstone, which purifies not just the iron into gold, but the heart into a pure devotee. That supreme touchstone, by initiating this Brahmana, he gave this mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And the devotee Brahmana became very jubilant and jumping in ecstasy, has received that ecstatic symptom from Sanatan Goswami, as he was very obedient Brahmana. This is the beauty of Lord Shiva's prediction. So touchstone, the best touchstone is that the holy name of Lord Krishna, the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, which can, by touching the heart of any contaminated rascals, can be converted into very pure devotee and can jump in ecstatic feeling for Lord. the love for God is awakened by the touchstone, and the touchstone is the Hare Krishna Mantra, which is freely given by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to one and all, without considering whether one is rich or poor, whether one is educated or uneducated, whether one is qualified or unqualified. To everybody, he has distributed this touchstone. This is the beauty of Hare Krishna Mantra. So, we need to understand that how to engage our senses. In the superior engagement, you should give to the senses, and the superior engagement is nothing but Krishna. You engage all the senses in Krishna. Because the advancement of material vision or material civilization is a great stumbling block that Prabhupada says in the previous verse also we saw. Janma Aishwarya Sruta Srivir Yedhamana Madha. So those are all not very favorable. So they are anartha. Any material advancement essentially for a devotee, truly speaking, it is anartha. And we are already in the anartha nivriti marga. So we have to get rid of all the anarthas. So how to get rid of this material advancement? By simply engaging all the material I'm getting in the service of Krishna. In this way, when you perform, then you will not get the anartha of material advancement. At the same time, you don't need to lose anything material that you possess, but you can use it in the proper utilization of Krishna. Not that, okay, a little I enjoy, little I give to Krishna. 100% use it in the service of Krishna. Even in your house, when you are cooking, cook for Krishna only. Eat only prasadam. To that extent, all our wealth and possessions, whatever we have, when you use it in the service of Krishna, then you are akinchana. And the akinchana gochara, akinchana vidhaya, Krishna is disposed to you. He himself will reveal it to you. Bhaktya mama vijanati. So those are all the akinchanas, the devotees, they are called akinchanas, because they do not see anything material and they don't have any material assets. Whatever they are having only devotional service. Devotional service is the only thing that they have. To such a devotee, the mystic power, 8 mystic perfection, everything will come on its own accord, but he still will not use it. Once Rishabhadeva, he was having all the his supreme personality of Godhead. His body was not made up of material things. His body was made up of Sachidananda Vigraha. The souls of Rishabhadeva is Lord Krishna. So the Rishabhadeva, when he was exhibiting, he got all the mystic perfection, but he has not used any of them. So Parikshit Maharaj was asking Sukadeva Goswami, when the devotee is already guaranteed, he got the prema for the Lord, not just in the Bhava stage. So there is one prema stage, means that from where you will never ever fall. That is completely guaranteed. In such a state, when you are exhibiting, you are given all the mystic perfection, everything is under your disposal, then why not use it? At least in the service of Krishna, you can use everything to be used in the service of Krishna. So why the devotees, pure devotees, are not using their mystic powers which are under their disposal? Because they are depending on Krishna. This was a very good question. So Sukadeva Goswami replied, very nice question. Actually, the devotees, they are completely depending on Krishna. They are not self-dependent. Krishna is called Yogeshwar. He is the supreme mystic yogi. And the devotees are so much dependent on Krishna. And also they do not trust their mind. Because in practice, when they start using this particular mystic potencies, they think that maybe my mind will, get attracted towards that and will make me fall. Of course, it will not happen because they got prema. But still the devotee thinks like that. And so he won't use it. Even though it is under disposal, he will not use it. So this is the position. And whatever they possess, they are not going to use it for any kind of activity. They will simply dispose themselves in the devotion service of Krishna. That is why Krishna is called Akinchana Vidhaya. He is completely under the control of his devotees. He has, because the Lord has no direct connection with anything material. His acts, we saw in Bhagavad Gita, Janma Karma Chame Divyam Evam Yogeti Tattvatah. So all his activities, his appearance, everything is completely transcendental, though it is exhibited in the material world sometimes, but they are spiritual. They are without affection for the modes of material nature. This we must clearly understand. Simply by understanding this, we will not get another birth. So that is the beauty of Krishna and devotional service and the devotees. So the material disease is only because we want to have, we are already conditioned. So we are trying to conditioning the devotional service also, that if I have money, I will be able to perform this. If I have money, I will settle down, I will come full time, I will serve. No. See, the condition is not money. Those who have money, they have not come full time. Those who are very rich, they have not come full time. And they are not dedicating. They are also only donating from outside, but they are enjoying life there only. So money is not the cause. Though it may be appearing to few, it is the cause of coming to full time or engaging in devotional service. Nothing material can be conditioning the spiritual assets or devotional service. Our mentality, our dedication, our love for Guru and Krishna is the only thing that can engage us. Guru Maharaj said, if you are surrendering 25%, Krishna will reciprocate, protect you 25%. If 50%, Krishna will protect you 50%. And if 100%, Krishna will fully protect you. What is your problem then? This is the verdict of the Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. That is why both Lord and the devotees are called Nivritta Gunavritti. Nivritti Marga is their Marga. Nivritta Gunavritti is the Supreme Lord. Actually, the perfect Nivritta Gunavritti is the Supreme Lord. He never becomes attracted by the modes of material nature, so are his devotees. They also will not become attracted to the modes of material nature. So the living being have such a tendency. Some of them entrapped by the illusory attraction of material nature, and we are here. But then it will not last long. This is temporary Ashashwat. So let us try to the Shashwat. That is engaging our senses in the devotional service. That will be 100% successful. Attempt to remain in material and anyway will not be successful. You have to change the body. Birth, death, old age disease will keep on coming. You cannot stop that. You cannot check that. But you can surpass that by performing devotional service. That is the beauty of devotional service. Then you become a Kinchana, and Krishna is the Kinchana Gochara, a Kinchana Vittaya. So that is the purport that, the purpose of all the senses working or knowledge acquiring is meant to serve Krishna. And how much percent you are serving Krishna with those senses, that much percent Krishna is protecting. If you are going to do that 100%, Krishna will fully protect you. Of this, there is no doubt. Because Krishna is a Kinchana Vittaya. He is completely disposed in the hands of the pure devotees who gives themselves 100%. Krishna gives himself 100% in the hands of such devotees. This is the history. We have proven track of record. There were no failure attempted in the past. And you cannot make one. Right? You will not make a history, new history. Because this is the nature. Hare Krishna. So, Shantha, if you would like to add anything, or we can wind up.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Okay. So, Om Ajnanatimmirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Mugam Karoti Vachalam Pangam Langayate Girim Yatkripatamaham Mande Sri Gurum Dinataranam Paramanandamadavam Sri Chaitanyameshwaram Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Vijayapataga Swaminiti Namini Namacharya Padaya Nitaya Kripa Pradayini Gaurakata Damadaya Nagara Gramatarani Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namini Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharani Nirviseshwani Adipachatya Desdarani Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So, na kinchana vittaya. So here Prabhupada is mentioning about akinchana vitta. Same way in the previous verse also, we saw that akinchana gocharam, form akinchana gocharam. So this word akinchana is used again and again by Kunti Maharani. What she ends a particular verse, a sloka or a prayer, she starts the next sloka with the previous sloka's ending. Very sweet. So Tvam akinchana gocharam, namakanchana vittaya, like that is she starting. Previous verse she is ending as kinchana. Akinchana gochara. So Krishna is actually glorified as a person, as a supreme Lord, who property of the materially impoverished. Again and again the word materially impoverished is coming. What does that mean? What does that mean? Very important to understand this, because the persons who are detached in the world, that pravritti and nivritti marga is there, and nivritti is advised for spiritual progress, especially for jnanis and yogis. Only for jnanis and yogis, even spiritual, the word spiritual, we need to understand. Who are the materialistic person? Who are the transcendentalists? So we have this word Prabhupada regularly uses. Spiritual, the word spiritual is different. The word spiritual is different from bhakti and transcendental. These are not different. They each one have its own meaning. We should be very, very careful while reading Srila Prabhupada's books. And we see that whether he is using the word transcendental or spiritual or devotional service. We should be very careful in doing this, because in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna gives all types of yogas. He advises all type of yogas. So when you are interpreting or not interpret, most of the people interpret Bhagavad Gita, but or analyze Bhagavad Gita, but rather than accepting the truth of what Srila Prabhupada has given in his purport, people quote only the sloka, and they really don't know the meaning which is there and purport what Srila Prabhupada is giving. That is immaterial to them. Because of this losing the mercy of Acharya, they are not able to understand exactly what detachment is. So here Jnana Vairagya, many places it is given Jnana Vairagya, Nivritti Marga and everything. So we should very, very clearly understand what is the difference between a person who is materially impoverished or a person who is detached, another person who is poverty stricken. All these are totally different from each other. Totally different from each other. So I would like to explain to you, what does a transcendentalist mean? What does a materialist mean? So the person who is a materialist is the one who is not aspiring for any spiritual progress at all. Karmi. He is interested. Karma, akarma, vikarma. I think all of you know these three kind of activities which one can perform. When we are in the material world, all of us should act. Nobody can be without acting. So now I need to do something. Without doing, at least we have to get up, brush our teeth and take bath and eat. And we have to go for some job. Then we will get some money. Then based on that, we will purchase some items. And then like this, everybody has to, for at least maintaining the metabolic activities. Nobody can be idle. Is what Krishna is telling. Now you have three choices. To act. Okay, I have to anyway act. What way can I act in this world? You're given three choices for action. You can choose. One is acting according to the scriptures, properly following the Vedic injunction. That is called karma or sukarma. Activity based on the scriptures. Like when something is manufactured, a manual is given. If you use the manual and operate that machine, then that machine will function properly. Same way when this world is created, Krishna has given some the scriptures how to operate this machine of this world. And we just, based on that manual, we operate, everything will be proper. So this is what is called karma or sukarma. one who is favorably performing based on the scriptures. This is karma. The second is vikarma. Wherever you see V, that means negation, negative. Minus karma, minus sukarma, means one who is acting against the scriptures. For example, the scripture says for Sattva Guna, you have to get up early in the morning at 4 o'clock, the Brahma Muhurta. In case, this is only Sattva Guna, this is not transcendental, but Sattva Guna, or we can say according to Sukarma, based on the Vedic scriptures. Before the sunrise, one has to wake up. Okay, fine. And purposely sleeping late, and purposely, not you have some night shift or something, purposely sleeping late. So that we can say acting against scriptures. Now, Kali Yuga, the current situation is for performing vikarma, all favorable situations are there. Acting against the scriptures is called vikarma, or the karma or acting in the favor of scriptures is called also punya karma. Because the result which comes out of acting in accordance with the scriptures is punya. Punya means piety. Piety means like you get very favorable, positive results. And the second is you act against scriptures. And there is a Shastra. Shastra means science, how the world operates. You act against the science. When you buy a machine and there's a manual, it is written that you need to switch on the TV on this button. So instead of switching on the button, you're opening the TV, you're going inside the TV and connecting two different wires. Then the TV will burst or it will malfunction. It will give you some trouble. Same way in this world, if somebody doesn't act upon the scripture, which is provided as a manual for operating in this world properly, then they will have some trouble. So they will have, that is called sinful activities or impious activities. Or papa karma. So we have given three choices of action. Karma means action. Sukarma or punya karma. Based on the scriptures, anybody acts called karmi or karma. And then vikarmi, you are a sinful person, papi. And the third is neither punya karma nor papa karma, but a devotee or a transcendentalist. A transcendental activity. You can do some activity which is neither punya nor papa, but transcendental to these two. Not devotional service alone. So what does this akarma? Akarma means do action, but don't do action. How it is possible? I do action, but I don't do action. So in order to survive in this world, we have to do some action. So there is a methodology of survival, but it won't entangle you neither with papa karma or punya karma. Punya result or papa result. Papa result is very, very bad results, suffering. Enjoyment is the result of sukarma or punya karma or pious activities. And suffering is the result of papa karma or sinful activities or vikarma, negating the scriptures and doing whimsically something for maintenance. Beyond this two is called akarma. Akarma means transcendental activity. So you will act, you will eat, you will sleep, but it won't entangle you. In this category comes three kinds of people. Action in inaction. This transcendental activity is called action in inaction. You will be doing, inaction in action. Inaction in action. Inaction in action. You will be acting, but there won't be neither punya karma nor papa result. You will neither get suffering nor you will not be entangled by the results. Because in order to yield the result, you need to take rebirth. If you do papa karma or punya karma or karma or vikarma, you need to take rebirth in order to reap the result. So you worship demigods or you follow the scripture, very good. Then your rebirth is guaranteed because you're supposed to reap the result of that action. So now I want to do action in this world, but I don't want to get entangled. So that activity is called transcendental activity, and there are three types of transcendentalists. They will do some actions which are neither punya karma nor papa karma. These three kinds of transcendentalists, three kinds of actions, which are Ashtanga Siddhi Yoga, Dhyana Yoga or Jnana Yoga, and third is Bhakti Yoga. When you do yoga process, when you connect the activities with the Supreme Lord through some means, either by reading scriptures and searching for the Lord the whole time, or you're practicing meditational processes, dhyana, dharana, like this Ashtanga Yoga processes, that Ashtanga Yoga process is neither Punya Karma nor Papa Karma. So these kind of people, yogis, who practice this Ashtanga Siddhi are called transcendentalists. Same way, those in this Bhaganam, Janmanam, when thing, Jnanamantan, there are jnanis who sit in studying the Vedanta Sutra and they search for the supreme absolute truth. Atato Brahma Jignasa. They are searching for the supreme Brahman. They meditate also on Brahman and they inquire about Brahman. They discuss about Brahman, how the supreme Brahman is beyond material. They negate the material, but they don't progress in spiritual, but still the impersonalist philosophers. They also are transcendentalists. Their activity of these activities of Jnana Yoga are also neither Punya Karma nor Papa Karma. So the one who are there in the Punya Karma and Papa Karma, they are called Karmis. Punya Karma people, you can say them to be Karma Yogis because they are, of course, they are not transcendentalists, but they are materialist only, but they are mixing some. We will come back to that. So here Punya Karma and Papa Karma is there. And transcendentalist is divided into Ashtanga Siddhi Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga. Ashtanga Siddhi Yoga is also called as Dhyana Yoga, Dhyana or meditation. So this meditation process is beyond material, but it is not 100% spiritual. Same way, Dhyana Yoga and Jnana Yoga also searching for the supreme absolute truth in the form of impersonal Brahman. They are also not entangling themselves in the material world. So both of them are eligible to get out of the material world. They are eligible for mukti or moksha, liberation. The third and the topmost is the Bhakti Yoga. In the Bhakti Yoga process, the meditation on the Supreme Lord is automatically established. And also the knowledge about the Supreme is already fully established. But the Bhakti Yoga process is serving the Supreme Personality of God. It's Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Mandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atma Nivedanam. In this way, very beautifully, by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, by worshipping the deity of the Lord, by serving Vaishnavas, we have 64 Angas of Bhakti very beautifully portrayed by Rupa Goswami on the instruction of Lord Chaitanya in Nectar of Devotion, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Celebrating festivals for the Lord, decorating the deities, making flower garlands, wearing tilak on the body, eating only prasadam, offering very nice dishes to the Supreme Lord. In this way, Bhakti has various beautiful waves, very, very beautiful, different, small, simple things. By performing not one-pointed attention, I chant only one-pointed attention, I do not like that. There will be like, how to say, in Tamil we say Neli Sulivu, which is like Teda Meda hai. Like Krishna is like Teda Meda. Narayan is standing in attention. But Krishna is neither standing in standards or attention, is not conditioned. Same way, the devotional service also is very beautiful. And it manifests in different forms and shapes and sizes and colors and textures and emotions and behaviors. And so many things are involved within that bhakti. So this bhakti yoga is very beautiful. It has to be practiced under the authority of a bona fide spiritual master with a bona fide bhakti scriptures. So when that is the topmost of all yoga system, topmost yoga is bhakti yoga. Whereas jnana and vairagya, the yoga process, which other Ashtanga Siddhi yoga gives vairagya, and the jnana yoga gives jnana and vairagya are servant of bhakti. In this way, three types of transcendentalists are there who get liberation. They get liberated from material world, but some will go to the last Mahavishnu, some will go to the Brahmajyoti. Most of them, all these people go to Brahmajyoti only ultimate. They cannot enter neither into Vaikuntha, nor into Dwaraka, nor into Goloka, nor into Svetadvipa. They cannot get into any of the spiritual planets because their activity was impersonal in nature. They never considered the Lord as a person, but rather they were so much into the process of knowledge, process of dhyana. So three types of transcendentalists are there. So the detachment from material, akinchana vitta, here the word akinchana, materially improvised. What Kunti is mentioning as materially improvised is neither about those who are in the Jnana and Vairagya platform, who hate the material, who of course they are not attached. They are complete detachment. Completely detached from material. But Kunti is not mentioning about them. Here, akinchana, the word akinchana vitta, Krishna is considered as akinchana, gochara. Akinchana vitta. So the word akinchana has to be understood properly. Those jnanis and yogis, or the persons who are mixing bhakti with jnana and yoga, they have this detachment mentality. They have this detachment. Anything which is used for the service of Krishna should never be given up, and they don't know how to use it in the service of Krishna because they have that impersonal attitude, or they have that yoga dhyana process in which they have more faith. They have faith on something else other than Krishna, but that whatever they have faith on is not a materialistic process. It is also a transcendental process only. So it gives a kind of bliss and a liberation from material bondage, and they enjoy that. Because material means dukkhalayam ashashvatam. Now they are outside dukkha. That is called Brahmananda or Paramananda. But that is not Sevananda. The Bhakti Yoga process gives Sevananda. Whereas the Brahmajyoti platform and the yogic platform, it gives Brahmananda. Brahman also, there is an Ananta. Because you are withering away the matter and you are free. That liberated state gives a kind of pleasure, a headache-free life. But whether love for Krishna is there? No. No. So this is the problem. So Rupa Goswami, according to Lord Chaitanya, Rupa Goswami very beautifully gives a verse in Nectar of Devotion. Nirbandha Krishna Sambandhe Yuktam Vairagyam Uchyate. Nirbandha Krishna Sambandhe Yuktam Vairagyam Uchyate. Yukta Vairagya. Yukta Vairagya means no detachment at all. Only attachment to Krishna. Based on that attachment, you look at every item. You mix with anything, there is no issues. But always remember, I'm doing everything for Krishna. Do everything for Krishna. Then you can utilize anything in the service of Krishna. You can utilize everything in this world. Only very, very small things cannot be used. Even that I was thinking sometime it can be used, like you cannot drink tea, coffee. But I can bring, if I go to Ooty or Assam, we see Siliguri, we go beautiful tea garden. We can make a Julan Yatra there. The tea garden will become beautifying agent, or we can pluck some tea leaves and decorate the altar, or we can decorate this Julan. In this way, anything can be used in the service of Krishna, maximum utilization in the service of Krishna, so that that living entity is getting benefited. The other living entity is getting benefited. Same way, the matter also is meant for Krishna. The external energy is crying. In Simantatviba, there is a beautiful pastime that she is crying. My dear Lord, she is a personality. Matter is not impersonal. The three gunas are depicted even in Bhagavad Gita as beautiful three women. Shakti of Krishna is Prakriti, and they are all women. They are personalities. And Prabhupada approved that picture where Krishna is there and the three gunas are three beautiful ladies. They are making the conditioned soul dance. Even in the conditioned state, the matter becomes like a form. There is nothing impersonal. So this Nama Kinchana Vittaya, the Kinchana detachment, is not that Bhakti Yoga. We are very detached from material, but we are very attached to Krishna. The superiority is attachment to Krishna. A great love for Krishna will make you utilize everything for Krishna, even the Jada. As I was mentioning in Simanta Dviba here in Mayapur Dham, we can understand the principles of Krishna consciousness, the principles of devotion in a greater, deeper level, which cannot be understood any other transcendentalist. Even Bhagavatam cannot reveal it. Even Bhagavatam has not revealed the topmost truth, has not revealed, which is revealed by Lord Chaitanya to Rupa Goswami, and Rupa Goswami has returned. And in Lord Chaitanya's pastime, in Chaitanya Leela, what we are going through is a topper, higher truth than what is there in Bhagavatam. The same Vyasadeva came and wrote the advanced version of Bhagavatam, which is Chaitanya Bhagavatam. By seeing these pastimes which are existing in the Dvipa, we can very easily understand topmost truth that Simanta Nayani, that Parvati Devi is crying, my dear Lord, Krishna Surya Sama Maya Haya Antakar Jaha Krishna Vaha Nahi Maya Radhikar. It is mentioned wherever there is light, there is no darkness. So I am considered like darkness, and I am not able to associate with you, Prabhu. Then Lord Chaitanya is giving her blessing. Here you will reside eternally. You are my very dear to me. You are my external energy. You are the expansion of Radharani. You are not different from the energy of Radharani. You will realize it here. In this way, he is blessing Lord Chaitanya, is blessing Simantanayani. What does Simantanayani mean? What does external energy mean? All the items in the world, you see washing machine, you see fridge. A devotee will keep milk for Krishna in the fridge, flour for Krishna in the fridge. He will use the fridge for keeping vegetables for Krishna. A meat eater will use the fridge for keeping meat. A sinful person. A pious person will keep for yajna, he may keep some ghee or something. But a devotee will use it only for the service of the Lord. So three people can all possess, everybody can possess. So a devotee will sometimes look like a karmi or a person who is attached in material. Is not a transcendental person. For a yogi or a jnani. For a yogi or a jnani, sometimes devotees will look like persons who are attached to material. But actually it is not so. They use everything in the service of Krishna. Neither they are using for the punya karma activities in order to perform yajna or some pious activity to get pious results, nor they are using it for the sinful activities for sense gratification, unlimited non-scripture based sense gratification. The Bhakti Yoga process, to an extent, it looks like somewhat like a karma person only. But only thing is, instead of using Rishikena Rishikesa Sevanam Bhakti Ruchyate, instead of using for our own senses, we use Rishika Isa, not for the Rishi. So here Rupa Goswami is mentioning Nirbandha Krishna Sambandhe Yuktam Vairagya Muchyate. Wherever you see this can be related with Krishna. If you have a table, don't say it's a material and then renounce it. But I can use it in the service of Krishna. I can make a beautiful altar on top of it. I can study Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam sitting on top of this. Or I can eat Mahaprashadam on top of this. So I get dining table. Or I get a study table. Whereas Jnani and Yogi will be totally attached. They will say, this is all material. Oh, that person is very materially attached. So we should understand very clearly the distinction between these 5 different categories. One is a karmi, a vikarmi, who is interested in his own sense gratification and is breaking all the principles of religion. Second, a person who is interested in pious activities and going to higher planetary system, who is properly following the scriptures and this so-called dharma, he is following all the so-called dharma, Sanskriti, dharma, these words you can see. This is second type of people, but they also do sense gratification. They do various yajnas and homas and follow various rules and regulation of the family, that puja, this puja, respect Brahmana. But there is no Krishna there. That is pious activity. That will again be entanglement, will be born again. And the third level is a person who's a devotee. Not third level, this is the highest level. A devotee will still be doing based on scripture only to an extent, based on bhakti scriptures and spiritual master. They will be executing everything in this material world. They will be utilizing everything in the service of Krishna. But they will not be attached. One fine day it is gone. They will think that it is no more usable for Krishna, so it's gone. And they will continue with their devotional service with whatever facility. They don't complain for the facility. I don't have this facility. I don't have this facility, so I cannot do. Not like that. They'll just continue. Even after dying, the body, leave the body, they continue their service. This is kinchana, kinchana vitta, akinchana, akinchana gochara. They are in between. You see this, how beautiful. This karmi is there. The vikarmi and sukarmi, karmi is there. Above that is devotee. And then there are transcendentalists who practice dhyana yoga. You leave everything. They detach. They detach everything and they go to the forest. Some people detach everything and they involve in the scriptures. So they are transcendentalists, but they don't enter into the spiritual planetary system. The maximum go till Brahmajyoti only. The maximum go till Nirmadi, mute pannungappa. Sorry, Narottam Prabhu. So in this way, we should very clearly understand the discrimination. So here, Kunti Maharani, Kinchana Vitta is not the one who has detached everything and gone to the forest, the Nivritti Marka, nor the person who is materially progressing in Pravritti Marka. Both the devotional service, even though it takes one to the Nivritti Marka, why? Because it is taking one outside the matter and beyond the Brahmajyoti and enter into spiritual existence of planetary system. So it is going towards Nivritti, but a Nivritti is not separately practiced by a devotee at all. 0% practice of giving up things. No detachment at all. Devotee is attached very much to Krishna and devotional service. Guru, Krishna and devotional service is great level of attachment. That's it. That's it is devotion. Detachment from material, detached from modes of nature, detachment from this, that, detachment from Bhumi, Rapo, Anlo. No, nothing detachment. We are naturally spirit soul and we try to act naturally. That's all. Acharyas are teaching us how to be natural, either in the material body when we are conditioned or in the spiritual world when we are liberated. In both state, how to act is the same thing. You always chant and sing the glory of Krishna here. You always chant and sing the glory of Krishna in spiritual world also. That's it. You use everything in the service of Krishna here. Same way in spiritual world, you will use the same everything. Whatever is your possession. Ishavashyam idam sarvam. Whatever is given in your possession. Not to snatch away another person's possession, cheat somebody, get some money and give to Krishna, to the temple, I am collecting, and you go and cheat a karmi. Why to cheat him? Just to tell him and try to get, that's it. No need to manipulate others' property, but rather one's own property. Of course, if you can use it by their own free will, others' property, we'll tell them. That is different. But using everything in the service of Krishna is Krishna consciousness. Not detaching from matter is Krishna consciousness. That is why Prabhupada is mentioning that Kinchana Vitta means if you take away one log from the head of the poor person, he will fight like anything. A poor person will live in a tin hut and he will have a broken some part. And you try to take away the broken part, he will fight. Hey, ye lota mera hai. Mera hi thoda hai. Wo bhi kyun leta? You are taking even that small lota. Give me back, he will fight. You can see very poor people fighting in the streets for small items. So whether you're poor or rich or your detachment or away from matter is not Krishna consciousness. Going towards Krishna is Krishna consciousness. When you move towards Krishna, automatically you're moving away from matter. So 24 hours, all our energy, effort, mind, intelligence, everything should be put. How should I go nearer to Krishna? How will I go nearer to Krishna? How will I go nearer to Krishna? How will I in contact with the Krishna? Rather than, how will I be detaching from matter? How will I be attached to Krishna should be 24 hours thinking. How will I be attached to Guru? How will I be attached to devotional service processes? How will I make some arrangement in which I'll remember Krishna more? So going towards Krishna is moving away from matter. A separate process of moving away from matter is not required. Automatically our karma will bring it to us by not giving us something. Krishna, when a devotee is trying to be in contact with Krishna 24 hours, Krishna himself gives what he doesn't have, and he provides what he lacks and protects what he have. No. So what is that? Ananyastintayantomam. Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is telling. Don't think of moving away from matter or possessing the matter. A person who is not attached, not detached is very dear to me. In Bhagavad Gita, in 12th chapter, is completely dedicated for devotional service, in which Krishna is telling, Me Priyaha, Me Priyaha, Me Priyaha in every sloka. In that, he is telling one who is not attached, one who is not detached. Both he should not be. He is very dear to me. That means he is attached to Krishna, and that's it. So Krishna is explaining this particular person. Ananyas chintayantomam yejanah paryupasate tesham nitya abhyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyam. Ananyas chintayanta. Don't have chinta, I should become attached, I should become detached. Ananyas chintayantomam. Don't think of external energy. You're meditating on external energy. Ananyas chintayantomam. And don't even think of even yourself. You think of yourself as a spirit soul, servant of Krishna. That much you think. True ego. Be fully egoistic person. But true ego, I am the spirit soul. Ananyas chintayantomam yejanah paryupasate. They will do my upasana. That personalities, they are not having ananyas chinta, other thinkings. And they are constantly worshipping me, constantly thinking of me. Ananyas chintayantomam yejanah paryupasate. Tesham nitya abhyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. Tesham nitya abhyuktanam. I will provide what they require, and I'll protect what they have. Bhakta Vatsala, protecting devotee care is Krishna's duty. But you should be a devotee for him to protect you. You should be a devotee for him to protect you. So he will provide what you have. He will provide what you need. And in the LIC, they have kept it as a logo. Yoga Kshemam Bahamiham. I will provide what you lack, and I will protect what you have. So Krishna ko Chaukidar, they made him security guard. But actually, they didn't take the full sloka. They took only partial sloka. And they are applying for themselves. The LIC will protect what you have and provide what you need. What nonsense is this? But Krishna is telling, Ananyas chintayantomam yejana paryupasate. Without any other thinking, any other thought, if they are only involved in devotional service, only thinking of me, only acting for my upasana, then I will do this for them. So there is a story in school which we would have learned. A duck, a golden duck, a golden egg laying duck was there in a family. And the duck was every day will give only one gold egg every day. How nice. They very nicely they were living. The man was very happy with the duck. And he had some children. And the children grew up and they became very intelligent. Money multiplication, very intelligent. Intelligent is matter. They don't even understand this concept of Krishna consciousness. That the children came and they said, and that duck will eat very nicely. So every day only one expenditure is there for the duck. He is providing good food. So the children grew up and they said, one of the boy, he said, the elder son, very intelligent businessman. He told the father, you see this duck, every day it is giving this golden egg and we are nicely growing, but we can even multiply. So the father said, what, how can we multiply? What is the expenditure? No raw material, I have this duck, it is serving him for many years. No, there is one expenditure, father, cost cutting. It is eating through the mouth, no? Every day we are supposed to provide food. So this duck mouth is expenditure. But backside is giving egg. So that is income. So let us cut the expenditure. So they advise the father, you cut the mouth, cut the head of the duck. Head of the duck is consuming food. So it's a consumption part, we'll cut it. And then the egg alone we will take from the backside. So the foolish father, he cut the duck, so that he need not feed every day. That feeding can be cost cutting. It can be saving. Oh wow, what intelligent, what Western philosophy. This is what is Western philosophy. In India also, in Western side, we know many Banyas, Marwadis. Their constant thinking is money multiplication. Constantly they'll be thinking only this. Even in, sometimes it's a joke, in Krishna consciousness also they think business, this, that, and they will contaminate a person who is interested in Krishna to do this. So the golden egg is coming, a little food you are giving. What is the problem? Give the food, no? So same way in the sloka also, the people, they cut the first portion. Ananyas chintayantomam yejana paryupasate. Without any other chinta, if they are always thinking of me and doing service only to me, I will provide what Krishna is telling, I will provide what they lack and protect what they have. Now, as in the philosophy, they take Krishna said, I will provide what you have. So Krishna will provide. Krishna is like an ATM machine. But do you have Ananyas chinta? Are you thinking about all these other things? Either punya karma, or papa karma, or detachment, or vairagya, jnana. Jnana, vairagya, sense gratification, sinful activities through sense gratification, or pious activity, sense gratification. Or are you involved in satisfying Krishna, thinking of Krishna? This is the question. If you are 100% involved in sweet bhakti yoga, then automatically things will be arranged for you. That automatic nothing happens in the world and nothing big bang. Automatic is nothing but Krishna will provide and Krishna will protect. As simple as that. So don't make too much of plans, either to detach or to attach. Sometimes planning for detachment is considered glorified. So you're a transcendentalist. Can be, so you're jnana yoga or karma yoga. You're mixing it with bhakti. Bhakti is kevala bhakti. Kevala bhakti is neither attachment nor detachment. So this is kinchana vittaya. Namak kinchana vittaya. Kinchana is, it's there I'll use for Krishna. It is not there I'll use something else for Krishna. Otherwise, I have my own tongue, I will use chant Hare Krishna. I have my own tongue, I have my own ear, I will hear about Krishna. I have my own eyes, I'll see the beautiful form of Krishna. I am not looking for some item to help me. Oh, without money, how will you? Manpower and money are required, Prabhu. Otherwise, how will I worship Krishna? What manpower is there? You have your ears, hear about Krishna. You have your mouth, chant Krishna. Tell other people about Krishna. You preach through your mouth. What manpower, what money? Nonsense. So, of course, if money and manpower comes, we will use. We will use. We are not detached. Automatically, somebody is coming and asking, how can I serve? You serve in this way. Serve in this way. Do this. Maximum try to benefit them and make them push towards Krishna. Push them towards Krishna. Read Prabhupada books. In this way, push them towards Krishna. Utilizing them, are we acharya to utilize them? But we can certainly engage them in the devotional service so that they become attached to Krishna. Becoming attached to Guru and Gauranga is the topmost devotional service. People don't understand. They have to collect, they have to do this, we have to do that, like this. Of course, if many people can come and perform devotional service in a temple, constructing a temple like that, and establishing a system in which people systematically perform all the angas of bhakti, that is good. But that's not all. So in this way, devotional service through is very different from all other processes. Now, Kinchana Vita, Akinchana Vita explained by Gunti has to be very clearly understood. Otherwise, we'll be misled. So here the Sanatana Goswami is giving the holy name of the Lord. And at the same time, because Ananyas Chintayantamam Yejana Paryupasate. So if he is doing without that person who got the holy name goes and chants Hare Krishna, Krishna will take care of providing and protecting. He's providing and protecting to non-devotee and atheist. Atheist is getting everyday food. Why a devotee will not get? The atheist who is talking against Krishna is being provided by Krishna. The elephants in Africa eat 10 times, 20 times more than us. They are provided. Who is providing to the birds and beasts? The same Supreme Lord will provide for us. We need not make too much plans. The basic, based on our karma and education, we will get some job and we have to be happy with that. We should not renounce that. That renunciation is either yogi or jnani will do it. So we should never be detached. We should never be attached to anything other than Krishna. We should be attached so much to Krishna and devotional service and to Guru. Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Sorry we started late. I am ending late. I was given like 8:45, 7:45. Okay. Hari Bol, Hare Krishna. Vrajeshwar Prabhu, over to you.
Anybody has any questions, comments, or realization from this purport? Can please share with us? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Thank you very much for the association. We'll continue tomorrow. Since tomorrow Guru Maharaj is not giving Bhagavatam class at 8, we will have our Bhagavatam class. After completing our round starts at 5 o'clock with the congregation chanting of the holy name. Thank you very much. Grandhara Srimad
You also
Bhagavatam.
have to, one day in a week, all of them have to go to temple or something. Tomorrow we'll discuss that.
Yeah.
Some satsanga, some not satsanga, some devotional service places, arati. We can give weekly ones. That we will discuss later tomorrow.
Yeah. Or now itself we can announce on Sunday what is the program.
No, tomorrow we'll discuss on Sunday. Let everybody speak also. Tomorrow we'll finish it little early, now late. So tomorrow we'll finish little early and let them all give their inputs.
Jai Padita Pansila Prabhupada ki jai, Padita Pansila Guru Maharaj ki jai, Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Vanta Kalpataru
Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai.
Premanande Hari Hari.